Hi Leos, this is Madhura and I have your bi-weekly love reading for you from April 1 through April 15th, okay? This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And I'll be trying out a situation spread this time, okay? So let's see. All right. It's your current situation, your problem with your current situation, reality versus your perception. What from the past is affecting it. And this is what is confusing your perception. Oof, the Magician and the Seven of Swords in the same spread. Okay, and right after one another. So what is confusing your perception, your movement forward. You should consider before moving forward. What you should focus on right now. Beautiful, Leos, beautiful. And your near future. Okay, interesting. All right. So with the King of Swords, I feel like in your current situation, okay, you have a good hold of your control of your mindset. Okay, you're in a position right now where like I remember last week in your reading there was a lot of how do I put it, not vulnerability per se, but you weren't feeling your strongest mentally, okay, because there was so much happening and you couldn't see the end of all of it, okay. But I think we spoke about it and there was an end to it all. Of course, anything that begins ends, right? But you just couldn't see the end and you were having a really hard time, even mentally. Maybe you were overthinking a lot, you were over analyzing a lot. But right now what's happening is you feel a pretty good control of your mind and your perceptions, okay. You are really standing up for yourself right now, okay. um, you're not truly bothered by other people or what they think of you or their opinions of you, okay. You're sitting upright in a very poised. Look at how this king is sitting. It's very poised, okay. He has his sword up, so there's definitely he's also ready to defend himself. He doesn't feel the need to. He's not standing up, okay. He's not rushing at someone else. He's not attacking someone else. But if it comes to that, then he's sitting in a very defensive position, all right. um your problem with this situation, I feel like, is transformation. So this King of Swords could be someone you're dealing with, Leo, okay. It doesn't have to be a man, it could also be a woman with the King of Swords energy, everything I just spoke about, okay. And you're having a really hard time. The problem with the situation for you is that that person is just so stubborn, okay. um in the thought itself, it's thought, emotion, or intention, action, and then manifestation, okay. If we look at it that way, then they are so caught up in their own ways of thinking, and they're so in such a defensive space right now that you're having a really hard time bringing a transformation in them, or whatever transformation there needs to be in your relationship, okay, to be able to move forward. You're having a really hard time showing them the importance of that, okay. So no, you can probably see how much needs to be changed, but somehow it is just you're unable to bring it into action, okay. So yeah, I see a lot of stubbornness, I see a lot of my way or highway energy, and you're having a really hard time either accommodating it or changing it, okay. This could also just be your energy, all right. The reality of the situation and versus the perception, your perception of it, okay. So I just almost feel like you see this person as a King of Swords, but all they are is a hermit, okay. So you see them as this really stubborn, really unmovable sort of a person, but they're just trying to take their own space, okay. They're not trying to be rude to you, they're not trying to hurt you intentionally. they're not uh, they're not really doing anything intentionally to put you in a bad space. They just need their own space and time right now, and you're having a hard time understanding that. That's why you feel like something needs to change. Maybe they need to change, their attitude towards you needs to change. But um they don't have an attitude towards you, Leos. That's the thing. They're just in their own me time right now. They need it right now, and they're trying to, maybe they went through a lot right now. Maybe they went through something really intense right now, okay? Or maybe they're really busy with work and you're unable to understand that. So you feel as if they're the king of swords, but all they are is the hermit, okay? They love you just as much, but they also appreciate and really love their own space, their own time. There might not be a reason for them to follow their routine, okay, maybe. And you're asking them to stay over, and they're like, no, I have to wake up at this time, and I have to have breakfast at this time, and I have to do it on my table in my house. It's just it's just the space they are in right now, okay, as a person, where they crave their own time, they crave their own space, they crave their own things, they crave their own breakfast bowl in the morning, okay? So it's sort of this energy that they're carrying with them, okay? In the past, either you or your person um um had a lot of productive ideas, maybe had a lot of creative solutions to things, but they never acted on it. All right. um and I feel like that's what's causing these misunderstandings between the two of you, okay? You almost feel as if they're taking advantage of you, they're deceiving you, okay? Maybe they're taking you for a ride, is what you're feeling right now, Leos. So because you're feeling that way, um yeah, it just, there was a lot of thought, but there was never any action in it, okay? They just kept isolating themselves, or um they sort of kept putting you in a position where you had to understand them too much. uh, Maybe they called all the shots, okay? Or that's what you felt like, and you want a transformation in that, you want that to change as you move forward now. But you had developed a pattern as a couple, okay, or a dynamic, where you probably thought a lot, you intended a lot, but you didn't execute anything, you didn't do anything, okay? Or maybe they had this pattern where they promised a lot, but they just never came through. So that's causing a lot of misunderstandings in your connection. You're feeling really taken advantage of, you're feeling as if your relationship's probably not in a good space. Maybe this is what's bothering you, is how come they get to call the shots all the time, how come they get to decide when we hang out, when they have time for me, when I should be available, because I don't want to do that, okay? And what the universe is trying to tell you here with your next move, what your next move should be, is that the magician is, your next move should be that understanding that you are your own person, okay? You have all the resources within yourself, you don't really have to depend on other people for it, okay? You felt like your person was really unavailable for you before, okay? And you probably attached your worth to their, to the way they treated you, all right? So to you they seemed like a king of swords, but they were just a hermit, they were just enjoying their space, they were just enjoying their time, completely oblivious of the fact that you even needed them at that point, okay? And you want that to change, but because you have developed this dynamic together where you say a lot but you don't do much, or they say a lot and they don't do much, there's just multiple misunderstandings created, and you're having a really hard time coping with that. So what the universe is saying is that your next move forward needs to be that you, everything you expect out of that person, you first need to develop it within yourself. So if you expect that person to guide you in some way, the universe is asking you to first see if you can guide yourself, if you truly even need that person to guide you at that point, or if you're just being needy in the sense of because you've attached your worth to the way they treat you. If you're just being needy in that sense where if they don't treat you right, you don't feel worthy enough. So the universe is saying that is there anything you can do for yourself so you don't have to rely on others so much for your worth, for your self-esteem issues, okay? um and yeah, before you can harness this magician energy in you, what the universe wants you to consider is if you have to move on from something toxic towards calmer waters, do you have the ability to do that? Okay, so the universe is saying that consider moving on. All right, so you can harness your magician energy, so you can harness your energy where you are holding all of the suits. You have the pentacles, cups, swords and wands in front of you. You have one hand pointed towards the heavens and the other towards the earthly realm. So you're trying to bind all of it together, okay? Within you, you might not have all of your wish fulfillments, right? Because the nine of cups is in your what you need to focus right now. So you don't have your 10th cup right now. So you're feeling that, you're feeling the brunt of that is that you haven't achieved anything yet because something hasn't completed yet, okay? I don't see any tens in the spread, but what I do see is the Six of Swords. Okay, so with the Magician energy and the Six of Swords energy, it's almost as if in order to uh, become the magician, in order to realize and honor the fact that you have so much within you, that everything you're looking for is already within you, you just need to access it. You need to move on from something that is proving out to be toxic for you, okay? That is just very turbulent waters. It's sad that you have to leave. It's a difficult move forward, but it's still a move forward, okay? The universe is asking you to consider not to stay stuck in some place just because you've been there for a while, because you're clearly feeling betrayed, you're feeling so taken advantage of. Do you, is that really the space for you anymore? Okay, maybe it was a space that really helped you grow, that made you who you are today, but maybe the space has fulfilled its responsibility. It's given you everything that it could possibly give you, and instead of moving forward, instead of going on to your next abundance, you're standing there yelling at the space that it can't give you more than it already has, okay? The space sort of, you have all it could give you, okay? Now instead of blaming it for not having more to give you, the universe is saying consider venturing out and consider seeing if outside in the world, outside of that space, there are some lessons for you, there are some abundances for you. I don't know if that's the right way to use abundance, but um, if there is anything for you out there, okay? Because from here you've achieved everything you needed to achieve, you've gotten everything you needed to get, okay? So don't just stand there and yell at that person or that project or whatever, saying you're not doing enough for me, because they've done everything they could do. Now it's your responsibility to become independent, to move away from that space and apply everything that you've gotten there, and be constantly be on the lookout for and in the search for whatever more you could learn, whatever more you could get from other spaces, okay? um with the nine of cups is what you need to focus on right now. I feel like you're really feeling as if you haven't done anything in your life so far, and I feel that way all the time, especially when conventionally everything, all of my goals aren't reached. So a lack of income can make me feel like I'm not doing anything, or I'm not working hard enough, or a lack of opportunities can make me feel that way. But what the universe is saying, that just because you don't have abundant opportunities right now, or abundant conventional tangible rewards right now, like an income, like uh, what else, maybe your partner is also usually in a long distance relationship for you, that so the physical proximity is missing for you. So maybe there are times when you feel as if I haven't done anything, I'm not worthy of anything, but the universe is saying that that one last cup is the only cup, the 10th cup is the only cup that hasn't showed up yet. You have still gathered 9 cups, and you need to be sitting proud in front of those cups, just like this person, because you know that you have done. If you genuinely, when you consult yourself in your own space and time, and when you're honest with yourself, can you say that I have done everything I could do? Okay, because that's how you'll get closure. If you've done your best, if you've given it your best, then the 10th cup is just a timing thing. It'll show up when it shows up. You still have the 9 cups, you've worked really hard to get them, that they don't come easy. Okay, you've worked really hard to get them, you've gone through even a 5 of cups for that. Okay, some sort of emotional trauma. So there's a lot that you have achieved, there's a lot of that you have healed. You just have to focus on everything you've done right now. Maybe keep a gratitude journal when you wake up in the morning or before you go to bed. Just be write down what you're thankful for, and see if that can change your mindset a little bit, because there's a lot for you to focus on. There are 9 whole cups to focus on, but you're focused on that 1/10 cup probably, which is sort of giving you a hard time, and which is making you feel like these 9 don't mean anything. Okay, but that's not true. The 9 mean a lot. It's just that the 10th is just going to complete the process. So the process just isn't finished yet. That's all that means. Just because the 10th cup isn't here does not mean that the 9 cups mean nothing. Okay, with the 4 of cups and the 6 of pentacles reversed in your near future, I feel as if there's going to be a situation for you related to this particular situation, where you're going to be offered some things, but you're going to realize that the giving and receiving aspects of that offer are not balanced enough for you to be able to indulge yourself in that. Okay, so you need to get into sort of a resting space, a meditative space, where you're not again putting yourself in a situation where you feel taken advantage of, or where you feel betrayed or deceived. Okay, just think about it a little bit. Just because an offer, see, the thing about these 9 of cups is that why the universe is asking you to be grateful for these 9 cups, and why they're asking you to focus on it, is if you focus on the missing cup, then you're going to be manifesting opportunities or offers from a very low vibrational space. So when you do that, it's going to be a lack of, balanced giving and receiving. But if you focus on what you already have achieved, if you're grateful for having achieved all of that, and just waiting in anticipation for the 10th cup, not really fearing its arrival, or being letting its lack of arrival make you feel anxious. Okay, not letting that happen. So if you can manage that somehow, to focus on the 9 cups that are in front of you right now, that you've managed to achieve so far, um, I feel like this offer wouldn't come your way, because low vibrational opportunities only can only access us when our energies align, right? So if you're feeling the lack, if you're feeling a fear, if you're feeling anxiety, then you're going to, whatever is in your vortex, whatever is in your destiny, you will attract that, but you'll also attract certain problems with that, and then you'll almost feel as if, why does this keep happening to me? Why can't I just simply have something? Why does it need to come with that asterisk if conditions apply? And that only happens if our energy matches that conditions apply asterisk. Okay, if we believe in ourselves unconditionally, if we believe in our achievements unconditionally, okay, I'm not saying get arrogant about them, but don't look at them and think just because the last thing hasn't been achieved, or just because you're not exactly where you think you deserve to be, that it doesn't it's not meant to be, or that it's never coming. Okay, the universe is asking you to get into a space of faith. Okay, not just hope, but faith that I do deserve this, it will happen for me. Okay, I hope it happens for me, but I have faith that will happen for me. So the universe is asking you to sort of get into that space, and um just build that kind sort of a relationship with yourself, and build that sort of a relationship with the life you've lived so far, or your achievements so far. Okay, so yeah, let's see if the universe has any advice for you. Okay, there was no advice for Aries either. There is some for you. Okay, with the Nine of Wands reversed, okay, I feel as if the universe is asking you to sort of realize that the battle's over, the hard part's over. Okay, you don't have to focus on the battle aspects of what you've achieved so far. Okay, just focus on those achievements. All right, the hard part is already done. You're past that point now, so you don't have to keep looking back. You don't have to keep feeling like you have to protect yourself, that you need to be ready for a battle, because it can happen at any moment. That part's over, it's gone, you've dealt with it, you've learned whatever you needed to learn from it, and you're standing strong. Okay, so you don't have to keep being anxious about that. You don't have to keep anticipating what other shitty thing is going to happen that I need to, prepare myself for. You don't have to function like that. Okay, that's what the universe is trying to tell you. Faith. Okay, have faith in yourself, have faith in the universe, have faith in your own achievements. You're the one who's done it, so have faith in them. Okay, heart chakra. Okay, love is in the heart of the matter. Your heart is the center within your physical being, attuned most to love. It's safe for you to love and be loved with an open heart, as we stand by with perfect protection and guidance. Okay, this card sometimes also means that if you've lost a very close person, someone, a loved one, to a heart condition, or to something, some sort of imbalance in their heart chakra, then they are looking down upon you, they are protecting you, they're taking care of you, and they're just popping by, they're just dropping by to say hi, hello, I'm here, I miss you, I love you. So if that resonates with some of you, then there is someone who's looking out for you from the spiritual realm. Okay, it was someone very close to you in on this earth, and someone who died of a heart condition of some sort. Okay, um, this is the door, the divine door. The Odyssey. Take in the beauty of country lands and botany. Explore the wonder like a gypsy traveler's odyssey. I don't know if gypsy is the right word to use. Let's say Romani. Um, but yeah, that's your divine door, Leos. See what the spell card would like to tell you. Try traveling, maybe. This card fell out for Aries as well. It's falling out a lot. The festival creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. Okay, so yeah, Leos. Uh, that's your reading. I feel a little drained because I feel like you have really anxious energy right now. Maybe, yeah, and I'm picking up on it. Um, there's not too much to do right now, Leos. I feel like there's a lot to be grateful for, there's a lot to observe, there's a lot to learn. Okay, um, and there's a lot of all of that observing, that learning, that just being grateful for. It's going to bring you all the answers you need. It's also going to help you with the Six of Swords process, where you get to move on and stuff. Okay, so yeah, Leos, that's your reading. That's all I have for you. I hope it helps, I hope it resonates, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.